You there! You look like a capable forager. I need some help. Can we talk?
Oh, nice. What did you find? be helpful.
I scouted ahead. That campsite is crawling with the mercenaries that attacked me. Seems like they're searching or waiting for something. But that got me thinking. Why would those mercenaries be after both me and Raynilla? I thought about that on the way over, too. If Raynilla could afford to hire mercenaries, she wouldn't be desperate for Deredrian's help like she was in that note we found, right? Something else is going on here. That campsite is the only lead we have on finding Raynilla. If we can get there, maybe we can find something to keep us on her trail. I'm not used to looking out for others. Can you handle yourself if we run into trouble?
Another find for your pack.
Wait. Those lanterns.
Dreg,
This
that's quite the haul there.
Raynilla's signal? I think I've seen it before. Look, someone left a trail. Crouch down and you'll see it. Well, if Deredrian came here to help Raynilla, it doesn't seem like she did a very good job, and no other sign of Raynilla or the one she was traveling with. What are those notes? What did you find out? Right. She threw in with the reformer who told her to prioritize my capture over Raynilla's? What? And he's the one who hired me, without knowing it? This is the last time I ever find work through a job broker. No, but we can piece it together. The fence moving specialty items, the two lantern signal, The list of operatives. This person called Dim, who the Reformer wants back alive. Raynilla isn't traveling alone with some trinket. She's freeing a slave. I don't want to think about that right now. This can't be all there is. There has to be someone who can give us answers. There was another name I saw, Mevi, in Old Isra, right? That's not far. If we can find her, maybe she could tell us more. I'll meet you there. I just need a minute.
Good quality there. You've met your match.
See that? 2 lanterns. That's got to be Mevi.
Sharp as night. By Azura, after all these years, is it really you?
I was afraid you'd say something like that.
I don't know you, and I've never met Sharp. But the way my Raynilla spoke of him, I'd recognize him anywhere. Are you one of her connections? Have you been watching over him all this time? Did he finally remember Raynilla? The Reformer uses experimental magic on his slaves. Raynilla didn't understand the process, and when she excised it from Sharp to free him, it tore something from him. His memories, she thought. Raynilla never forgave herself for what happened. She put herself on assignment. She's freeing another from the Reformer. I haven't heard from her, but that's how these things often go. Forgive me, it's only just occurred to me, but if Sharp has no memories of Raynilla, how did you find me? What? Directrian? No, Raynilla needed her help to find the smugglers' tunnels in Gorn. She'd arranged for a boat to take them to safety. If it's just the 2 of them in those tunnels, I need to get to her. Please, can you help? You 2 go on ahead. I need to gather Raynilla's research and prepare to travel light for a while. We always knew this day might come. Thankfully, we always tried to remain ready for just such an occasion. I can spare a moment to tell you what I know, but after, we really should get moving to Gorn. She is my wife. Sharp is the reason we met, actually. She needed forged documents for his new identity. I'd never done anything like that before, but she convinced me. Pity he didn't get to use the forgeries. But some good came of it, at least. It is. She told me he had ambitious ideals that challenged the traditions of House Telvanni. But when she witnessed the cost of those ideals firsthand, she had a change of heart. Breaking ties wasn't enough. She started freeing his slaves. When she lets me, I'm skilled in forgeries and logistics, but I've never done field work, not like her. It's dangerous work and, well, she's always been very protective of me. She has an informal web of operatives across Tamriel focused on freeing slaves. She relies heavily on favors and appealing to people's better nature. It's a struggle, to be sure. I think Raynilla takes on a lot more than she can bear. He's a rich and powerful Telvanni magister who hides behind his moniker and keeps the particulars of his research close to his chest. He practices horrible experiments on his slaves. Somehow, he thinks his work is going to end slavery in Tamriel. Raynilla says he uses some experimental metal to create a sort of link between him and his subjects. I've blocked out most of the details, but I do know that Sharp was the Reformer's favorite. Sharp's resistance always captivated the Reformer. It was as if perfecting that link and conquering Sharp's will was his greatest trial. Precisely. After that happened to Sharp, Raynilla studied the vile process and learned how to safely deattune those freed after him. She'll be thrilled to see him again. I just know it. She might even know how to restore his memories. Raynilla can tell you more when we find her. The way she speaks of him, it's like she's worrying after an old friend. She liked to imagine that he ended up living a peaceful life as a fisherman somewhere. He was feral when she excised him from the Reformer's control. She had no choice but to subdue him. She delivered him to Deredrian at an old safe site in Valenwood. He was supposed to go to Blackmarsh from there, but things didn't go as planned. Deredrian put a hand on Sharp to shake him awake, and he nearly clawed her face off. She said she barely escaped with her life. I can't blame Sharp, and Raynilla felt the same. He must have reacted in fear, that's all. No, Deredrian was furious. Raynilla didn't know such a thing would happen, but that didn't seem to matter to Deredrian. She had complained that Raynilla wasn't paying her enough anyway. I'm just sad it ended this way for her. Sharp, Raynilla would say that you're under no obligation to help, but please.
I'm on my way. Where are the smugglers' tunnels you mentioned?
I think there's a secret entrance in the southwest tunnels. I'll follow shortly. Please, hurry.
Looking forward to seeing what you make with that.
Fair. I could seek help in Necrom, or... you there! Drab attire, sharpened blades, a dangerous glint in the eye. An adventurer, I take it? I could use someone with your particular skill set. Let's speak for a moment. I promise to make it worth your while. The island of Gorn is home to a reclusive portal mage by the name of Draenus. His research could further my ascension within House Telvanni. I could use a skilled hand to aid me while I procure these findings. Nonsense! Oh, there is something to be said about the sharing of knowledge and the marketplace of ideas, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just say there is a tidy sum to be earned by an adventurer who can handle a delicate task. Wonderful. I had a good feeling about you. I prepared this boat to take us up to the island. We'll be a bit snug, but it'll do. And do be on guard. I have heard the island isn't the most welcoming of places. Ah, of course. A few too many syllables, I suppose. How about rise instead? Imagine a ladder. As a Telvanni spellwright, I must prove my skill and expertise each time I wish to go up a proverbial rung. I hope to speed my climb. At his peak, Draenus was a Telvanni master unmatched in portal magic. It's been ages since he's published any of his research, but he must still be tinkering away. I'm certain we can find a few pages lying about the island. Isn't it obvious? If I publish the findings in my own name, the finest minds on the peninsula will flock to me. Oh, they'll be eager to bask in the genius of Gorolo Given, Portal Master. I can feel their adoration already. Gorn belongs to House Indaril, as you'll see when we reach their sprawling estate. I've heard they formerly used the island to house the mentally unstable and magically insane, but I don't know whether it's still in use. Steel is so vulgar. I much prefer material sourcing. And I'll have you know I did plenty of research. For example, the going rate for capable mercenaries such as yourself. A tidy sum, well worth your time and effort. You should know that you're talking yourself out of my memoir. Imagine the prestige you could gain in Telvanni lands for being the loyal and capable servant to an esteemed mage. Here we are, Gorn. Let's see if we can find Draenus. Perhaps my charm will make this easy.
You're here after all. I was about to reel in this piece of my past without you. I thought maybe you decided to move on. This is far beyond what I hired you for, isn't it? Maybe you're like me and you never pass up a payday. But I probably wouldn't even have stopped to help someone like me in the first place. Gorn is packed to the brim with mad wizards. Doesn't make it too different from the rest of the peninsula, but I've heard worse things have moved in recently. I guess what I'm saying is I'll watch your back in there so long as you're watching mine.
Why in Oblivion is Gorn besieged by Daedra? Adventurer, we should find Draenus. Quickly.
Ah, another over-eager pupil seeking to profit from my efforts. Could I instead interest you in some fungal tea? No. Visitors. Why, I was starting to get lonely. Two warring legions of Daedra make for poor company, you know. That worm behind you looks like one of the Givens by the curl of his lip. But you're a fresh face. What can I do for you? Did he now? Well, most Telvanni try to steal from the best. But Goralo erred in coming to Gorn. Don't you know the nursery rhyme? Two Bantam-Guas in an Aelid's den, each came in one piece and left in 10. You'd better turn around now. You're welcome to my notes. They're scattered around. If you want to round them up, look for a glow. A little spell to help in case I needed to find them again. And ever so pretty. But my new friends from the Shivering Isles might not like it. My gift For teleportation magic is just that. A gift. From a Daedra of Sheogorath's realm named Strath. In exchange, I let him and a few legions of his friends come here to revel in the madness of the asylum's insane mages. Oh, Strath's lieutenants likely have my notes. They enjoy the way my thoughts unravel on the page. Perhaps you will, too. But let me give you 2 words of advice. First, what Goralo wants isn't worth the price. And second, flatulence. Not much of a listener, are you? Adorable. Gorn is an asylum for the mentally infirm, if you're a mortal. If you're a Daedra sworn to the Prince of Madness, it's a buffet. An opulent feast ripe for the taking. Feasting, bathing, however you like to think of it. But yes, they slake their appetites with the inmates here. And me, too. Strath saw to that. Not all of them have the best table manners, of course. They're feuding with one another. You know how it is with eternal beings. He stole my prisoner. She gutted my vassal. He's an embodiment of my sovereign's mania. She's an avatar for Sheogorath's dementia. And then the blades come out. Rather tiresome, I must admit. My patron, the little finger of the right hand of Sheogorath, the Prince of Madness himself. All my facility with teleportation magic I owe to Strath. He taught me how to break my brain in all the right ways. Oh no. The research I did in teleportation was all my own. He only set me on the right path, gave me a little trinket to help light the way. But I shouldn't go on about Strath's secrets. If you wish to know more, just read my notes. Oh, Strath's lieutenants likely have my notes. They enjoy the way my... Good luck, by which I mean I hope your deaths are painless. Mostly.
Draenus wasn't quite what I'd imagined. He didn't even seem the slightest bit bothered by the veritable Daedric war going on behind him. Regardless, we're here for research, not feuding Daedra. The sooner we find it, the better. A great mage, perhaps even a Telvanni master. Though if you go too long without proving your magical prowess, people start to question whether you still deserve the title. And Draenus has spent a very long time here on Gorn. Perhaps not the first to look, but I intend to be the first to succeed. Once we have that research, we can leave Draenus to his fungal teas. Search the perimeter of the estate. I'll head for the manor house in the middle. We'll meet there.
Maybe Rhaenyra and the one she's with sneaked through instead of fighting. Can't imagine a fight going well for them.
Together! We fought well.
Mancha Molag Bo.
We're still standing. Be proud of that.
Dark seducers will cease to exist. Quiet. I heard something.
Stay alert! Dark seducers are near.
Guard up! Get moving! I hope I was of some assistance. You've got coin to spare now. beings.
This will be your final mistake.
I didn't think you could get more powerful.
Ah, there you are. Please tell me your search was successful, adventurer. I hope you found everything I'm looking for. The sooner I can leave this place behind, the better. Excellent. Let's take a look. This can't be right. It's little more than a personal journal. There's barely anything worth publishing. And what's this about a prism? Oh, how interesting. I've got an idea, adventurer. Draenus writes that he turned the Manor's rotunda into a magical conduit. That would make this room the center of his work with portals. Yet there's no sign of this prism. If he hid it, then it must be important. If I were a master of teleportation, I'd hide my secrets in a place only I could reach. That's it! The magical foci on the balcony above us. If we activate them, we may open a portal to Draenus' little hiding place. Oh, I'm a genius! Activate the foci above us while I conjure a portal. With any luck, we'll reveal all of Draenus' little secrets. Take note, adventurer. It takes an extremely skilled mage to effectively wield this magic. Yes, I can feel the flow of magicka. Keep going. We've almost got it. Quickly, the last focus is down here. I can't hold on much longer.
What? How did you manage this? It seems I underestimated you. But I won't allow you to take the prism. I won't.
Don't let him get away.
It's time to cast you from this island. Time to put an end to this. It's past your bedtime.
Drake, you're paying next time we stop for a meal.
It seems you've succeeded where all my previous visitors failed. Most of them fled at the sight of the Daedra, but not you. That's impressive. I do? Well, we mustn't waste the opportunity. I beg you, don't give the prism to your mage associate. It warps you, twists you until you can understand what it shows you. I thought it a gift from Sheogorath, but what it revealed... It showed me the sinews of the planes, the strings of magic threading together all existence. Oh, it showed me how to open portals to any corner of reality. But it brought me never-ending unease, maddening curiosity. I thought I could set it aside whenever I wanted, but the damage is done. I can't return to the way I was before, even if I wanted to. There's not much of me left. Gerallo Given may be a fool, but he doesn't deserve this. Warn him, please. What you have there is incredible, but damned. It corrupted me. It'll do the same to that Given mage you're helping.
What do you say to some celebratory sweets?
I won't let you take her back.
They've got her cornered. Hey, fetchers! Looking for me?
Shah, help us, please.
Renilla went through that door. She looked hurt. Bad.
Sharp, please. Help her.
Kaj Kujay? What are you doing here?
What did you just call me?
Renilla, I'm here. Just stay still. You're Sharp's friend? I had feared he spent all those years alone. But he found someone. He found you. His sister, Dimike. So close to freedom. Promise you'll help her. Take her the rest of the way, please. Help her. Too late for me. Deredrian and those mercenaries made sure of that. I never wanted my Mevi to get caught up in all this. To have to run forever from the Reformer. And the others. He'll never stop until Sharp is his again. I didn't have time. There's so much I could have done. I just couldn't do it on my own. Sharp looks strong, healthy. I'm sorry. So sorry. But glad to see him one last time. Renilla, stay with me, love. Please. Renilla.
Raynilla, she can't be gone. She fought so hard to protect me. What am I going to do? We were supposed to have help. I thought maybe you and Sharp, but I can see it in his eyes. He doesn't remember me, does he? He doesn't remember anything. Kaj Kujay, elder brother. It's what I always called him. Raynilla didn't know how to properly excise him from the Reformer's attunement back then. Like the others. Like me. Deeknujay, his little sister. I don't think we had the same parents, but that was what he called me. He was there from the day I hatched. He always said he would come back for me, help me escape. I'd given up all hope. I don't know. She said something about a safe house in Silent Mire, but our final destination was somewhere deep in Black Marsh. We barely escaped Deredrian, and now Raynilla's gone. I don't know what I'm going to do.
We were too late. I thought something might come back to me seeing Raynilla. She knew me, and now she's just gone. I don't feel any memories stirring when I look at her either. Just nothing. I gave up on finding answers about my past a long time ago. I don't understand why this had to happen now. Help her. I'm a mercenary. I don't know how to look out for someone like her. And if this Reformer is as powerful and dangerous as everyone said, there's not a place in Tamriel that is going to be safe for her anyway. He's more than after me. He's obsessed with me. But that I can do something about. If I could just track him down. That's what I have to do. Find the Reformer and be his end. But, you heard Raynilla, if I try to do it alone, I'll end up like her. Going after the Reformer is a different job for a different day. Hunting my hunter is going to take time and patience. For now, take your payment, and if you'd like me watching your back wherever you're headed next, send for me. I'll be there.
Dimike, Raynilla got you this far. I'll take you the rest of the way. And then I'm never coming back to Morrowind.
Where are you taking her?
You've made your path clear, Sharp. If you fail at taking out the Reformer and fall under his control again, it's better if you don't know.
Sharp, please come with us. You don't have to be alone.
I am not going to be alone, and I am not going to fail. Got here as quick as I could. What? Back at it again. Take care of that enchantment. Don't let it get to that point next time.
The golden saints are no match for us.
Hey, stay with me.
Got to hang on.
Not waver. Golden saints are no match for us.
Who's next?
The shadows will consume you.
Over here, adventurer. Let's chat. Well, where did that fool's portal take you? Did you recover that prism Draenus wrote about? Or at least some more of his research? I'd hate to leave this smoldering heap empty-handed. Remarkable. Even at a glance, I can see these are more comprehensive than the scribbles you found strewn about the island. Oh, it's a pity Draenus became so confused. There's a shadow of his genius in these pages. What of the prism? Oh my! I hadn't dared to hope, but it seems this prism is a Daedric artifact, and a powerful one at that. This prism could accelerate my studies beyond imagining. Oh, I can't imagine Draenus was happy about parting with it. Corrupts its owner? Oh, was this the cause of Draenus's deterioration? I suppose his research notes alone would serve for publication. It might be rash to expose a mind as important as mine to the prism's affliction. I've spent years hoping for the chance to study an artifact such as this. Now, I'm not so sure. I certainly can't leave the prism here. Someone else might claim it, and my place in House Telvanni. So perhaps I lock it away, or destroy it? On further consideration, I find Draenus's notes are more than enough. Even his margin scribbles have valuable insights about portal creation and transplanar travel. Here, your payment, and I'll even mention your name in a footnote. The journey towards my ascension was made a little easier today. Despite the hordes of Daedra and the smell of burning fungus, I'd say this went remarkably well. Interested, are we? Of course you are. No one can spend an hour in my company and come away without an appreciation for my intellect. Well, I'm awash with brilliant ideas. It may have pointed me in the right direction. I hope to present my findings to representatives of House Telvanni back in Necrom. They'll be eating out of my hands. I'll have to choose between all the offers and titles. If they ask, I'll simply say, "But of course, my Magister." If that old loon got results, then so can I. Soon enough, you'll hear my name from lips of strangers. I'll be remembered every time a portal is opened. Tempting though it may be to keep it, I suppose I should just toss this wretched prism into the sea.
What the? Oh! That treasure is not to be wasted on a mortal like you!
Useful. Hold on to that. You know what that's good for? Ah, you'll figure it out. Charged up, then we're ready to go.
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you, but who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could put you to work? Did he say which task he wants us to accomplish first? Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Now listen closely. I hate to repeat myself. Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the Overseer that Lord Vivek requires the Blessing Stone. Then bring it to me in the palace. You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ask your questions. It's not like I'm the busy arch-canon of a living god or anything. Ah, the ignorance of Outlanders. How refreshing. The Blessing Stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate sanctified locations. We need such a stone to power the divination ritual. If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing on my Lord's personal store of energy. Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout Vardenfell. He seeks to discover the source of that disturbance. Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. As for the Daedra, I have no idea. Perhaps the summoning got out of hand. Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business, best handled by tribunal resources. However, I also obey my Lord Vivek, so I will tolerate your involvement and do my best to aid you.
Let's just do what we came here for and get out of here.
So much to do.
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind me. I'm just having one of those days. Our Blessing Stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our Blessing Stone? Well, neither do I, but I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. I'm not one to disagree with the Archcanon, but that's a terrible idea. Lord Vivek? Well, why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the Blessing Stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber collapsed, trapping some of my workers. If you can clear the way, you can borrow the stone. I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the next shift, or we'll never get this ziggurat constructed in time.
My end grows near.
thought I was gonna die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me.
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me.
I see you've got the Blessing Stone. Look, I appreciate that you were able to aid my workers, and I understand that Lord Vivek has need of the stone. But I won't feel comfortable starting construction again until it's back in place.
Praise Vivek!
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord Vivek always draws the straightest arrow from the quiver. Praise the tribunal. Did you bring the Blessing Stone? Stand over there. In Canon Level's absence, you will form the third corner of our ritual triangle. When you're ready, place the Blessing Stone, and we'll begin the ritual. Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress. An Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist? Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Between the cryptic warnings of the Ancestor Spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident, I suspect. I should write that down. We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no, not as much as I hoped. Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god and energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads across the land. Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, gratitude before service, as I have written. So thank you. The ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my Blessing Stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. I couldn't stop it. To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levol's ancestor warned us about.
Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. Go where he tells you, and learn what you can. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of these dire circumstances until your trustworthiness had been demonstrated. Yes, while Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal, and recently, that prudence has grown 1,000-fold. He's a faithful servant, however, despite his narrow-mindedness. I've always used my power freely, and without detriment. I create the blessing stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100 miracles a day to benefit my people. I begin to feel the toll this liberal application of divinity costs me. I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps thousands of innocents. And that would be just the start of Vardenfell's woes. At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy. But as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Besides, the Ancestor Spirit confirmed that an ancient enemy was to blame. We just need to determine who before... Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of this attack. Then we can put an end to it and not worry about what might have been. They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity, but so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexia hoards her energy and has barricaded her temple against attack. As for Sotha Seal, my brother travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny. We always wanted to discover the limits of our divinity. Perhaps I will solve that mystery for him.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotage the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are... difficult. How do you know about... Lord Vivec told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must swear to keep this secret, though. There would be panic in the streets if the people believed one of the Tribunal was incapacitated. It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than field work, and the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies: Bolmora, Aldrin, and Berelzar's Tower. I need you to investigate each of these sites. I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivec City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. Lord Vivec thinks you're the best one for that job. I hope he's right. I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Berelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivek's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. Find out what he knows about the transfer of divine energy. House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I believe we saw a cultist during the ritual. Make discreet inquiries and see what you can learn. I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. I've heard that House Redoran has issued some kind of proclamation. Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for Vivek. But how they could be involved eludes me. See what you can uncover. I traced tendrils of Vivek's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivek's condition with anyone. We don't want to start a panic. If anything changes here, I'll contact you.
I'm...
Can't even hear myself think here.
Here.
You could brew something nice with that.
Get him.
Should have been more prepared.
You should have run.
Is it always this crowded?
I've been pacing a hole in the floor since you left. It's maddening having to rely entirely on the aid of strangers. And more than a little embarrassing. Tell me you found our shortfall. Oh, thank the three. If I had to tell the temple, we might have to delay construction of Vivec City. Well, Veloth isn't the only saint I'll be honoring tonight. Safe travels, friend.
This is bad. You look well-traveled, friend. Are you, by chance, going to Sadrith Mora? I can make it worth your while. Opportunity? Or that's what I thought, until I angered de Fair by failing to deliver the special mushrooms he ordered on time. Lost the shipment. Now I'm in a bind. I have the mushrooms, but I'm afraid Fair will evaporate me for late delivery. You aren't at fault for the late delivery. So Fair shouldn't do anything to you. Won't do anything to you, I mean. I guarantee it. Besides, I'll let you keep the payment he owes me as well. I'd rather avoid the situation altogether at this point. You're saving my life here, friend. I don't dare refuse the order, but I also don't want to meet a displeased Telvanni. For someone who's helping me out this much, you can ask as many as you like. Sadrith Mora is up on the eastern coast, so you could walk, but I wouldn't recommend it. Talk to Cinda, our local navigator. She can sail you up there on her next trip. That's how I was going to get there until I missed my delivery time. The Telvanni aren't like you and I, friend. They're powerful and quick to anger and have no qualms about harming those who displease them. No clue. If a Telvanni mage wants them, I can only suppose they have magical properties. You won't see me putting them in any of my stews, that's for damn sure.
Well... Bunch of tightwads around here. This one's mine. I never noticed places like this when I was on my own. Who's better than us? Nobody. Let's go. good to get stocked up. Skill issue. Dr. Vac. Good eye.
Help! Someone! Please help. You must help. Bandits. They attacked my father's wagon on the roads to Suran. They're stealing everything we own. My father's a proud Mer. They may kill him. You have to help us.
Keep your weapons sheathed, citizen. The situation is well in hand, I assure you. Bandits. I commend you for springing to this mayor's defense, but you should be cautious. I'm investigating some irregularities in Suran's justice system. I fear the town's lead constable, Marshal Hularan, may be arresting people without cause. You did answer the call of a citizen in peril. Very well. I need evidence, testimony. Many of the Marshal's prisoners are toiling on plantations outside Suran. Talk to them. Gather some proof of Hularan's corruption. Then meet me at Ula's manor. The plantations are crawling with iron-howled mercenaries. I'll draw them away as best I can, but do hurry. They won't leave their posts for long. Ah, you must be a recent arrival. I am called the Scarlet Judge, vanquisher of evil and guardian of the oppressed. I am this island's protector, bound by oath to avenge injustice and safeguard the helpless. No, my oath is of a personal nature. I revere the three, but my relationship with the rulers of Vardenfell is complex. Ordinators are bound by restrictive temple law. It makes them slow to action, clumsy. I have no such restrictions. I've been called savior and menace, hero and villain. If you'd call me a vigilante, then so be it. My only concern is the lives and welfare of those I protect. Wherever Vardenfell's laws cannot or will not act against injustice, there you will find me. Cold-hearted mercenaries. Swords for hire without virtue or scruple. They serve the plantation owners, and I suspect Marshal Hularan. The Iron Hounds will hurt anyone for the right price. The plantation owners pay them very well. Other than the fact that she's in charge of the constabulary, this is a Redoran city. House Redoran demands certainty in all things. Hularan's deputies won't sanction an arrest unless there is overwhelming evidence. We have no proof, only suspicion. Yes, precisely. House Redoran does not suffer this kind of misconduct lightly. Once we prove Hularan's crimes, the House will turn against her.
Stay your last, slaver. I work. Whipping me will not motivate me further. Can I? Yes. Will I? No. Not until Overseer Torvain is dead. He's already spotted you, I know it. If he finds out I've spoken to you, I'm as good as dead. Kill Torvain, then we can talk.
You think? Stand, sir! Another lazy slave? I'll beat you to a pulp! Join my other...
I saw you strike down Overseer Torvain. Well fought, friend. If ever an elf had it coming, it was Torvain. I was taking a deposit to the bank. A week's worth of coin, fairly earned. Marshal Hlarin accosted me and seized it. Accused me of stealing from some farmer outside town. The farmer's dead, of course, but who needs witnesses when an orc's to blame? Maybe. These damn dark elves think I'm nothing but an animal. Some don't even think I can speak. Makes them careless around me. Mistress Dren's been shouting about the quality of her laborers. You might find something of value in her manner.
Ha! Well, I'll be a skeever's drunk auntie. Did you really cut down Overseer Torvain? Certainly won't miss that horse's arse. Falsely? Guess that's a matter of perspective. I punched a dark elf. But I promise you, that wormy little snowback had it coming. I'd punch him again if I got the opportunity. Well, maybe that someone was Master Arano. And maybe the punch broke his jaw in 3 places. But that's what he gets for asking me to service his gods. Lauren told me I can shorten my sentence by working here. You telling me different? Sure's blood. I knew that elf was skeeving me out. Oh, when I get my hands on her.
You weren't keeping score, were you?
Did you just... is Overseer Torvain really dead? Prisoner? Slave, more like... I swear I don't belong here. That Marshal Hlarin, she says I murdered a beggar the day I arrived in Surin. I can't even bring myself to kill a fly, let alone a person. There's got to be some mistake. Master Kark's building a new prison in Suran, but it isn't finished yet. In the meantime, they make us work out here in the fields. Hlarin visits Kark's house twice a week. Maybe you can find something there. You have to get me out of here.
Building up a stash? Good thinking.
I cannot complain, but that does not seem to stop me.
This one's mine. Been on the lookout for that.
Let's knock some heads.
Better overstocked than under.
Ah, true to your word. I knew I could trust you. I led the Iron Hounds on a merry chase, but I doubt they'll stay scattered for long. What of your search? Did you find any evidence of Halaran's corruption? I see my faith in you was not misplaced. We will discuss your evidence and more, but not in this hall. You trusted me and helped me gather the evidence I needed. Now, I shall trust you with a secret I have carried for years. Come, follow me. My mentor used her wealth to better others, not herself. Having inherited her manor, I now do the same. This evidence proves Lauren's guilt, but there's no telling how deep the corruption goes. There's only one person I trust with this information, Constable Gretgar. I fear I must ask more of you. My observations of Lauren suggest paranoia bordering on obsession. If she suspects that anyone is moving against her, she'll no doubt summon her Iron Hounds. If a melee breaks out in Suran, innocents will suffer. That's something I can't abide. If Constable Gretgar's going to arrest the Marshal without a fight, we'll have to distract her mercenaries. I'll deal with the constables. You raid the Iron Hound camp in the Daedric ruins outside Suran. Burn their weapons and destroy their supplies.
Better luck next time. Oh, wait.
To arms! We're under attack!
You should have run.
Fire! Fire! Find that damn saboteur!
That's the last mistake you'll ever make.
Useless! No one leaves until we clean up this mess!
Count it is. You weren't keeping score, were you? Me neither.
Not you too. This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Talenra, but my wife insists we try a real mage.
There goes another client who's known me for years. Not a proper mage, they say. Rubbish! By Vec, if I get my hands on that fetcher from Somerset, I'll wring his scrawny golden neck. Just watching my business fall into ruin. People used to rely on me to heal their children and mend their injuries, but now it's all Menaldinian this and Menaldinian that. Damned guild lackey. He's even pinning up signs to slander my work. The Cretan's saying I'm not a mage, but I am. I just happen to love alchemy. He must think there's a lot of coin to be made here. The fool. If I get my hands on him,
Sorry. Dark elf temper. It's just that this business is my life.
Thank you for helping me, Sarah.
Honestly, it means a lot. The rascal's name is Menel Dinion. You'll find him sliming around that new shop of his, the Gauche High Elf Clinic just south of here. You there! You've been selected for a random search! Come here at once! Follow me quietly, away from the gates. We have a judge in common. This'll do. Just keep your voice down. Sorry about this cloak and dagger nonsense. I can't be seen talking to anyone even remotely suspicious right now. Marshal Lauren's watching me like a hawk. She's on the lookout for anyone who might be colluding with the Scarlet Judge. I'm a friend of House Redoran, but that'll only get you so far in this town, especially with Lauren's Iron Hounds prowling around. But look, we've got bigger problems. There was an ambush. Somehow Marshal Lauren found out the Scarlet Judge was coming. Must have been one of the plantation owners. Damn their eyes! I wasn't fast enough. They've jailed him. And if I know Halaran, they plan to do much worse. Halaran needs him to recant his accusations, publicly. Probably got one of her hounds working him over right now, trying to squeeze out a confession. The judge will hold out as long as he can, but everyone breaks eventually. We've got to get him out. I'd let you into the prison myself, but Halaran doesn't trust me with the keys. I've got the respect of her constables and the house, but my hands aren't dirty enough for her. You're going to have to find the key. Constable Kren will snatch up a bribe without batting an eye. If you're short on coin, try convincing Suran's locksmith Remas to cut you a deal. Or you could talk to Dredini down at Desolace. She might know something. Just be discreet, all right? Oh, the judge and I go way back. The two of us, along with the former marshal, kept this town safe for decades. But when the marshal died and Halaran took over, well, everything sort of fell apart. Ha! Is that what we're calling him now? It wasn't too long ago slavery was legal in Morrowind. Buying and selling people was legal right here in Sura. That sound right to you? The judge keeps us honest. Sometimes the law just gets in the way. You're new in town, aren't you? Yes, I'd recognize your face otherwise. What brings you to Suran? Here to tour our idyllic plantations? Sample our Redoran wines? Or are you looking for something more stimulating? Like an exquisite gem, Suran has many facets, many angles. In truth, we have something for everyone. Looking to expand your mind? I can recommend someone to help you. Looking for someone to warm your bed? I can recommend someone for that too. Fascinating. Most people come to me asking how to get someone out of prison, not how to get someone in. There's an inebriated constable downstairs who will set you right. Just make sure you tell Kren I sent you. He and I, we have an arrangement. My, you're well informed. I like that. I can tell you Constable Mirel went missing a few days ago. Word is he ran afoul of some skooma dealers down in Mazinch. Mirel had a key to the prison. Find him, and he may let you borrow it. Perhaps I took a liking to your lovely eyes.
Or perhaps I simply hate Marshal Halaran enough to make her life difficult. You choose. Oh, and if you change your mind about that entertainment, come look for me. I'll cut you a great deal.
You could craft something nice with that.
My friend, I see Constable Gretka found you. Please, forgive me if I don't stand up. The Marshal's henchman broke my knees as soon as I arrived. It's good to meet you, face to face. I wish it was under better circumstances. One of them. The people of Vardenfell see the Judge as one immortal guardian. But in truth, many warriors have taken up the cowl. I was just the most recent. These knees, though. I fear my heroics are at an end. It's time to pass on the mantle. To you, of course. Don't act so surprised. You've proven to be a capable warrior, and a friend to the downtrodden and oppressed. Vardenfell needs a Scarlet Judge. I can think of no one worthier. Unfortunately, my regalia is no longer here. Warden Libo, the prisoner's overseer, took it as a trophy. While they were interrogating me, I heard him mention a hunting trip to Lake Canabia. Find Libo and you'll find the Judge's regalia. Once you don the cowl, seek out Constable Gretka. A doughty and heroic escape. Usually I'd jump at the opportunity, but no, friend. Dragging a cripple out of here only increases the chance you'll be captured. Your mission is too important. So long as I'm here, Hilaren's guard remains down. There will be more torture, no doubt. I'm not so foolish as to think I can keep silent forever. But I'm certain I can hold out until you retrieve my regalia and deal with Hilaren. I will survive. You focus on finishing this fight. I am not. To the people of Vardenfell, the Scarlet Judge is legendary, supernatural. He can appear anywhere at any time, or even many places at once. They think it wizardry. Of course, the truth is far simpler. Exactly. We're a small and diffuse group. When age or injury prove too much for us, we pass on the mantle. The legendary Avona Ulis mentored me. She protected the people of Morrowind for over 40 years. We battled together for 12. Sadly, she passed on years ago. A poisoned blade. It was a very dark time. But as she lay there dying, she charged me with protecting the helpless, just as I charge you now. The Scarlet Judge fights on.
So soon. Let's make this quick.
It seems I hunt bigger game today.
Now there's a sight for sore eyes. The Scarlet Judge returns. You wear it well. Better than Melar, even. But Don't tell him I said that. Shaw's bones, he's a stubborn one. Well, let's make sure he doesn't suffer in vain, hey? Halaran's gotten sloppy since Mellar's capture. A combination of paranoia and misguided relief, I guess. She's making mistakes. Now's the time to act. I did some snooping of my own while you were gone. According to Constable Kren, Halaran ordered Inanya's egg mine sealed today. Bet you a pint that Halaran's meeting with her plantation allies in that mine. She's probably carrying your evidence, too. The front gates are barred from the inside, but there's an old service door near the back. It just so happens Dradini had a spare key to sell. Sneak in the back of the mine and recover that evidence. I'll meet you out front, ready to arrest Halaran.
Help someone in need?
You could craft something nice with that. Let's knock some heads. Should have been more prepared.
These delays are unacceptable. How could you be so clumsy?
With respect, I wasn't the one who left an incriminating note on my dresser, Relossi.
This bickering accomplishes nothing.
The Scarlet Judge is in prison, yes? The issue is well in hand.
You are mistaken. One of my informants saw the judge prowling the streets just this morning.
Moloch's jawbone! You said you captured him! You said you broke his legs!
What if he's not really a mer? What if he's a vampire?
He's not a vampire! Stop sniveling!
Enough! I've dealt with the judge. Your informants are wrong. Let's move on to more pressing issues, like how we move forward. The judge?
What's this?
No! You won't put me in prison!
We caught these three trying to slip away. Should have seen their faces. It's a big risk arresting Suran's most powerful landowners. I'm hoping you've got the evidence to make it worthwhile. Where's Marshal Hlaren? Resisted, eh? I had a feeling it might go that way. Hlaren was happy to send other people to prison, but going herself, that rattled her knees. It's a shame she won't live to see the inside of a cell, but these three will, for at least a while. With Hlaren dead, command falls to the senior officer. For now, that's me. I'll send constables out to the plantations to liberate the slaves. In the meantime, I've got to take this evidence to House Redoran. Oh, Melar. Well, I took a hard look at the evidence. Far as I can tell, this was just one big misunderstanding. Kren and I released him just before we set out. You'll find him in town nursing his wounds, no doubt. You should speak with him.
Don't cause... You're just another lowlife fetcher who broke the law and got caught. Now you have to pay.
Never figured you as one to line their pockets.
What?
It's good to see you again, my friend. Forgive me for not rising to greet you. It is a beautiful day in Suran, and I believe I'll sit for a bit longer. A few months, perhaps? I jest, of course. Today's victory was worth a few broken bones. Yes, but I do so knowing that the legacy of the Scarlet Judge is in good hands. We Dark Elves are beset on all sides by greed and scheming malice. I fought it all my life, but now it falls to you. Keep up the work, and be the hero Vardenfell needs. Ah, look there. The fruits of your labor.
Stay in line and keep those mouths shut, Switz, or I'll throw you in prison without your clothes.
It's good to see you alive, my friend. Oh, very good.
Indeed. Forgive me for not getting up.
Don't take this as an excuse. You're walking again, or else. I wouldn't count Melar out, and neither should you. He's walking again and probably going to be alive long after I'm pushing up roses. They build them tough in Vardenfell.
Yes, I suppose you've come for a consultation. What is it? Unsightly warts? Poor eyesight? Flat feet, perhaps? You poor thing. Did one of her bizarre herbal cures cause worse pains than it cured? Honestly, I've given some thought to drafting a letter to the Archmage of the Guild. These herbalists and hedge witches really need some proper training. Of course not! Wait, are you another one of these bark-munching herbal apologists? Telenra's teas are not remedies. I'm sure she makes a delicious marinade and some very fine scented lotions for the ladies, but I'd hardly call that medicine. None. Now, see here, if she sent you to fish for an apology, she won't get it. I'll not apologize for the truth. Alchemy is a peasant science. Sheer quackery! Now go, and take this silly book with you. I'm sick of it cluttering up my shelf.
Let me guess. Menaldinian was an insufferable ass and refused to apologize. Did he now? Well, he'll certainly regret that. I've cooked up a wonderful plan to teach him the value of alchemy, but I'll need your help. What do you say? Up for a bit of poetic justice? Oh, come on now. I'm not going to poison him. I'm going to brew a potion that requires precise timing and freshly harvested lichen. The one that grows at the base of the Emperor Parasols. If you gather the lichen, I can focus on the instruments. Meet me near Menaldinian's house and we'll put my plan into action.
Always nice to get stocked up. No such thing as a wasted day, so long as we go fishing. Now that's the type of catch worth bragging about.
I don't see many folks this far out. Need something to help keep the ash away?
There you are. Any luck finding the lichen? We'll need to be quick if we want full potency. Perfect. You may have noticed an odor. It's subtle, barely noticeable in fact, but once I add it to this wickweed and quama shell solvent, ha-ha! The perfect pheromone for the common house cat. Surprised? He may have squeezed a few secrets out of me, but he revealed some facts about himself along the way. For instance, he's violently allergic to cats. Sprinkle this potion over the plants near his door, and the results should be dramatic. Hope you packed a handkerchief, you smarmy bastard.
What's going on out here? Snooping, eh? Why, I have half a mind to... Cats? No! Achoo!
No, that was just... Did you see the look on his face? Aem's mercy, he certainly wasn't exaggerating about that allergy. What a buffoon! No, as much as I'd like to, you know the healer's oath. Do only moderate harm to those who cross you. I brewed a tea that should alleviate his symptoms. You can give it to him, but only if he agrees to come out and make a public apology. Then leave him to his sniffles and blubbering. Patients tend to avoid healers covered in their own snot. He can settle this business with his reputation intact. All he needs to do is apologize.
Oh, everything itches. Damnable cats! Don't be coy. I know who's responsible for this travesty. I never should have told that scheming witch about my allergy. What a low-born, wretched, undignified prank. Apologize to a grubby Telvanni piss peddler? Are you deranged? I shall report her. I shall... Oh, what's the use? Fine, she wins. Ifre's bones. What a monstrous injustice. Oh, just give me that swill. This had better work.
So, did Menaldinian relent, or should we leave him to his wheezing? Oh, thank goodness. Luring cats to his door every day would have gotten awfully tiresome. In the end, he'll see it's for the best. Collaboration always yields better results than competition. You and I are proof of that, right? Thanks again, Sarah.
Telenra, I wish to thank you for that most efficacious tea.
And?
Your alchemical skills yield impressive results.
And?
It was rude of me to malign your alchemical practice. I apologize.
Menaldinian, I forgive you. There's no reason for us to be at odds. We should try to cooperate, yes?
Yes, agreed. So, now that we're on good terms, can you please shoo these horrid creatures away from my clinic?
Of course. I brewed just the thing. Be seeing you, partner. Farewell.
Sated and ready to take on the world, huh? Good to get stocked up.
Hold, citizen. Be wary, traveler. Pilgrims have been attacked on these roads. Should you encounter violence, don't hesitate to call on us. We're here to protect you. I hope your confidence is merited. We have our hands full with the Dreg and the Ashlanders, so rescues are in short supply. Captain Artesia Naros is at the canton of Molagmar. She can tell you more than I. Safe travels.
If you're passing through, pay attention. I'll say this once. Pilgrims who ignore my warning, vanish from the roads by morning. Whether you're from near or far, best keep your arse at Molag Mar. I find it best to put official notice in verse. Helps people remember, and reminds them buoyant armigers aren't ordinators. Nobody wants to talk to them, even other ordinators. Now, if I could get someone to tell me who's attacking these pilgrims. If you're offering. I suspect Ashlanders are behind the disappearances, but I don't have the numbers to chase them off. If you can sneak into their camp near Molag Mar and find me proof of their involvement, I could finally get some reinforcements. Avoid killing the Ashlanders unless they give you no choice. I don't need you starting a blood feud with my forces split. Now, I must be off to hold the heroic line at a deeply fishy mine. Such is the life of a buoyant armiger. As a rule, they don't like us. So when our people start disappearing, not long after an Ashlander tribe set up camp near Molag Mar, I wager it's more than a coincidence. Just a dreg infestation. We have them contained. They're an untimely distraction, but nothing we can't handle. Once the Dreg finish mating, we'll clear them out while they're still sluggish. Shouldn't be more than a week. Vivek's finest, fleet and fit, besting heretic by sword, an ordinator by wit, sworn to live a life of noble grace, except to laugh in danger's face. And sometimes we quamma wrangle groups of pilgrims. Warrior poets are quite versatile.
Well?
Useful. Hold on to that.
Caught in the act! You have much to answer for! Is this why you sneak through our camp? To desecrate our sacred rites? Do the slaves of the false gods fear us so much they won't even face us themselves? Why are you here, Outlander? Answer truthfully, and I may only hobble you. Always they blame us for their ills. If they seek our deaths, they should just come for them. These ploys and ambushes are the acts of cowards! 4 have vanished since we arrived to find your armigers building their garish shrine over our ancestral lands. I suspect they were made prisoners of the false gods. You deny it? Those who worship the Three are devious, but if it's true that they do not seek our destruction, I will not invite it. What will make them leave us be? Your pilgrims are not here. They litter the wild with their weakness. A beast's meal, nothing more. See for yourself. You will find what's left of their camps here, where I have marked your map. I will seek my own answers. When you have seen what I have seen, meet me at the Helan ancestral tomb. The burial ground has been disturbed recently. Once you see that we are innocent, we will learn if the truth lies with the dead. My kin remain missing. I will find them regardless of whether you speak truth or lies.
building up a stash. Good thinking.
You have investigated the camps. Do you still believe we are to blame? Work of carrion animals, I thought. Now I'm not so sure. When I found the bloody tracks leading to this tomb, I heard wailing within. If one of your pilgrims disturbed the ancestor spirits, perhaps it is their wrath we have witnessed. I will not invade an ancestor tomb. No Ashlander would be welcome in such a place. They are as unclean and treacherous as the Three. You may test if the trespass of Outlander feet is of less offense, but I will remain here.
Always worth stocking up.
Don't hurt me, please! You weren't followed, were you? The ruddy man hunts us. It lives again. It attacked our camp last night, tore poor Ilva's head off, right in front of me. I ran as fast as I could, and I hid in here. The spawn of Vivek and Molag Bal? The dread hunter wearing the ancient carapace? Have you read nothing of the sermons? It devoured all it saw until Vivek cast it down, twice over. But it lives again. You have to believe me. I know. When I saw it, I ran and never looked back. Wait. It lunged from the rocks above. The glass mine! We were near the glass mine when it descended on us. Watch for traps. I hoped they'd kill it, not us. I thought I'd never see the sky again. Thank the... Ah, an Ashlander!
In hindsight, the wailing was too pathetic to have been the angry dead. What did your sniveling pilgrim have to say for himself? Only a fool would believe that. The mad gibberings of a scared scrib. We cannot go chasing myths. Did the weakling provide us nothing of value? What you call glass mine, we know as an ancient dreg spawning grounds. The slaves of the false gods have disturbed these beasts. Now we all pay the price. Then we will see where this path takes us. The tracks that brought me here will surely lead us to our quarry. The glass mine is not far. Lead on. There are many tracks here. Look, above! Why does it hesitate? Do we scare you, ruddy man? It flees! It wants no part of prey that can wound it. Was that the creature the pilgrims fear? This ruddy man of legend? It is skulking vermin inflated by the lies of a false god, nothing more. Dreg are not usually cunning, this much is true. Now that it knows we hunt it, this creature may wait us out in its lair. They will not trust the word of an Ashlander, and we know the creature easily eludes them. You must hunt it. You must kill it. Who else, Outlander? The slaves of the false gods will never allow me to trespass their domain, and the task is beyond them. This falls to you, or no one. If this creature is of the Dreg, it may share their weaknesses. I will consult our wise women. They may know something that will aid you in this hunt. Convince the pawns of the three of what you have found. I will meet you at the mine's entrance. It is an invention of the three, a fable of great deeds to serve the vanity of a false god. To see it is to know they speak no truths.
That looks to be the last of them. For now. I was beginning to think the Ashlanders got you as well. Were you able to find evidence that they've been preying on the pilgrims? I can't spare a moment from these Dreg as it is. Is that your idea of a sick joke? We have more sense of humor than the Ordinators, Outlander, but blasphemy is a line you best not cross. The Ruddy Man is an evil dealt with long ago, by Vivek himself. Where did you even get such an idea? One of gods. That's a smell for the ages. So this is what became of Sidra. I hope she gave a good account of herself. Suppose I entertain this theory. What am I supposed to tell the temple? Send Lord Vivek? Then understand this. Whatever you find down there, it isn't the Ruddy Man. Vivek killed the Ruddy Man. There are still miners unaccounted for. Do what you can for anyone still alive down there. Vivek guide you to great glories. What now? An Ashlander? Keep your distance, understand?
Peace, armatures. I must speak with
Always
the
worth
Outlander.
stocking
That
up.
is all.
If you wish to hear him out, I'll permit it. But don't let your guard down.
The wise women cannot say if your quarry is what you think, but they have shared their knowledge of Dreg with me. They offer a mixture to lure the creature out. Spill this in the Ruddy Man's den, and it will show itself. It works on the Dreg. That is all I can say. Be wary in its lair. If that thing took my kin, then it is more dangerous than it leads on. You have proven yourself capable for an Outlander. Avenge our lost warriors. Trust the wise women's mixture. Dreg crave a dark, dank place from which to snatch unsuspecting prey. Drive them from this safety, and they are no danger to skilled warriors.
Thank the three. I thought these wretched creatures would devour me.
Should have been more prepared. You good? Of course you are. End them. And down they go.
I'm alive. I'm alive. Thank you.
You have my thanks, Alan. That's it then? You've dealt with whatever was attacking our pilgrims? When I accepted your offer of assistance, I didn't expect you to be this thorough. Your bravery in descending into that dreg-infested mine alone and slaying whatever it was that was killing the pilgrims is commendable. The ruddy man from the sermons took the act of a god to fell, so forgive me if I don't seem convinced your beast was him. No one knows where the original carapace came from. Perhaps there were other, lesser objects cut from the same cloth. Not a pleasing thought, but it's an explanation I can accept. We can only hope the world never sees the like of the true ruddy man again. It's gone for now, and we've avoided a feud with the Ashlanders. So let's try to look on the bright side.
Your stench is proof enough of your deeds. Was this ruddy man a worthy foe? You have my respect, Outlander. Our fallen warriors are avenged. Tell your armigers that we will soon depart. May we never cross paths again. Home. The ritual of sacrifice is almost complete, and the Daedra lords you so foolishly ignore will, we hope, spare us their wrath for another decade. We will hope they turn their dire gaze upon Molag Mar before we return again.
Better overstocked than under. Watch your pockets.
I've got what you need.
honors the three.